In a world full of challenges, there are incredible people making a difference, one cause at a time. KFGO for a Cause, brought to you by Neil Van Dam and the Van Dam Financial Group. KFGO for a Cause shines a spotlight on organizations and individuals dedicated to positive change.
Welcome to KFGO for a Cause, brought to you by Neil Van Dam and the Van Dam Financial Group. Neil is in studio with me now. Neil, welcome back.
Good morning.
This is a show normally broadcast at 6 a.m. on Sunday mornings, but we decided to have a special feature episode today to highlight the Great Plains Food Bank. And Darby Ness is with us from the Great Plains Food Bank. Welcome back to the KFGO studio.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I feel like we've had you on a lot, but for good reason. Unfortunately, you have been top of mind for a lot of people, and this program being all about bringing nonprofits who are making an impact on the air, that's Neil's mission, that's Van Dam Financial's mission, is to find the people, the nonprofits in our area who are making an impact and shine a spotlight on what they're doing. And man, the spotlight has been on you for filling this gap of food and need in our communities when benefits have gone away. What has this looked like for the Great Plains Food Bank?
Yeah, so first a little bit about Great Plains is the Great Plains Food Bank is North Dakota's only food bank, and we serve Clay County, Minnesota as well. And so what we're able to do is we're able to get food at a bulk rate, at large rates from manufacturers, food donors, farmers, and able to distribute that to our 196 partner food pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters. And so over the past month or so, especially in the past week with SNAP benefits being paused, we've seen an increase of need of food assistance. We've had partner pantries reporting that lines are out the door. We've had mobile food pantries where we have had to go to grocery stores and get extra food so we can make sure people have the food that they need. We've had pop-up pantries doing the same thing. And so we just are seeing the need all across the state. This isn't local to any specific area. With SNAP benefits being paused, people don't have any other place to turn to besides their local food pantries.
And that, I guess that's the distinction, if people don't know the difference, is like the bank and the pantry. You are the Great Plains Food Bank, so you are making sure that that food gets distributed to the people who are giving out the food. You aren't necessarily giving out food at the Great Plains Food Bank. Rather, you're buying in bulk quantity to give to these pantries who are one-on-one with the people who are needing to access it.
Correct, yes. So we won't distribute food to neighbors at our warehouse in Bismarck or in Fargo, but we are able to get that food. We have trucks and logistics, and we'll send them out to all of our partner pantries. And then we do also host some direct service programs. So some people may know of our mobile food pantries, and that's able to reach rural North Dakota where, brick and mortar local food pantries may not exist. We'll have our truck drive through and we'll do a drive-through distribution there. We also serve other ways, as in our wellness clinics, which take place in clinics across North Dakota, meeting people where they're at. If you're coming into an appointment, they'll ask you if you're food insecure, and if not, they're able to give you a box of food right there at your appointment. We also do backpack programs and school pantry programs with schools across the state. So we're able to distribute in multiple ways, which makes us a really great avenue. If you're looking for food assistance, we probably have a program that fits for you.
Yeah, I mean, does it still mean that people can reach out to you if they feel like they do need help? Can they reach out to the Great Plains Food Bank?
Yes, reach out, because we do have a list of all of our resources available. And so we're able to direct you to your local pantries in your area. We're able to direct you to what services that, may be going on. And we're also able to direct you to other organizations that maybe work in your area that have other resources that can come alongside us. And so don't hesitate to reach out. We're happy to direct you to what is the best fit.
Now, we heard recently, of course, with SNAP benefits being suspended, that Governor Armstrong did step up and say, hey, we have $900,000 that we are giving to the Great Plains Food Bank to make sure that you guys can keep operations high during this time. What does that cover when we say a big number, like almost $1 million?
Yeah.
We're not talking about like you're going to be in operation for years to come on that money. That is literally just getting you by.
Yes. So all of that funds is actually being spent and distributed in the month of November. So we will be able to use all of that to purchase food for the month of November. So we're able to add 16 additional mobile routes to hit more rural areas across North Dakota. So we'll have 25 total. We're able to add 2 more cultural pop-ups in Bismarck and in Fargo. So we have 4 of our cultural pop-ups, which typically tend towards our neighbors with varied backgrounds. So if you're looking for rice, hall meat, or any sort of specific spices, we might have those at those cultural pop-ups. And then we're also able to increase tremendously the amount of food we get to our partner agencies. And so we're able to send 8 semi-loads directly to our tribal nations and to our large partner agencies who can take in full semi-loads of food, where they're able to distribute that out. And then our other partner agencies are upping their orders with us, and they're able to get more food to their pantry as much as they are able to take in.
Amazing. Does every pantry run their operation a little bit differently?
They do. Yep. So every pantry is owned by somebody, in their local community.
Another nonprofit.
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
Another nonprofit and a member. And so they are all, kind of get their ability to run it how they see fit and what works best for the community, which is why it makes such a great partnership. They know their local community better than, someone else telling them how to run and how to work together. But we're able then to just sign a partner agreement, and they're able to order food from us and have some extra resources to make sure that we can support that community as a whole.
Darby Ness is with us. This is KFGO for a Cause, brought to you by Neil Van Dam and the Van Dam Financial Group, and we're talking about the Great Plains Food Bank. I also want to shout this out because it's my favorite part about the Great Plains Food Bank, but you're also the only diaper bank in North Dakota, which is really important and a really amazing resource. If you are a parent or a grandparent and you've bought diapers in the last couple of years, you know that expense can be daunting.
Yes.
And you can imagine someone who may be food insecure trying to also purchase diapers can be a lot, or just basic not available to them.
Yeah, and that kind of goes along too. Yes, we are a diaper bank, so we're able to take in large amounts of diapers and get those out to our partner pantries as well. But it also goes into formula and wipes, as well as other toiletry items, hygiene items we take in, paper products we take in, and pet food we take in. So we're over here distributing more than just food for your pantries. It's how to take care of your household and food for your pet and nourishment for your children as well.
Now, when we think of the Great Plains Food Bank and we hear something like, oh, you got $900,000 to buy extra food in the month of November, what is my small food donation really going to do? Is it worth it?
It is worth it. We hope nobody thinks that it's not worth it, because those still go a long way for our partner agencies who are able to come and pick up those items. And so every little bit does add up to make a big impact. And so
we just had Fill the Dome. How did that go?
It's coming up still, end of November.
Okay. Well, they came to my door. Was it last weekend or whatever?
Yes.
And I was like, I wish I would have known you were going to be here, but quick, find stuff.
Find something. Yes, so Fill the Dome, the students.
Okay, so they're still working.
They're working.
Okay.
They jumped on the gun early this year.
Nice.
They are out and they're asking for collections and donations. They accept both physical food donations and monetary donations, and they're working on collecting all these items that they will bring to the Dome. The week of Thanksgiving is when they kind of collect their final last bit, and they bring it all together.
They are working early.
They're working, yes.
They are working it hard, and they're on the street, so be prepared.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 weeks ago someone came to my house.
Yeah, so if you're going to the grocery store, pick up some extra, because someone may be stopping by your door, which is incredible that they're that grassroots about their campaign this year.
And I think we have 12 schools participating this year, and so all across the FM Moorhead. That was not the right way to say. Thank
Moorhead,
you.
West Fargo.
You think I'd have that down by now? They're all participating in it, and so you probably know a student who goes to a school that is running with Fill the Dome, and so definitely look into it.
The food donations do go a long way, and please don't stop them. Like it's so necessary, but also the monetary donations. I think we should try to talk a little bit about what you can do with $1 at the Great Plains Food Bank.
Yeah, just because we are a food bank, we're able to kind of have that purchasing power to buy bulk foods at a lower rate. And so for every $1 given to the Great Plains Food Bank, we're able to turn that into $4 worth of groceries. And so we're kind of able to quadruple that into making a higher impact of purchasing for food. And so while we're very grateful for individual food donations, we again take those, they go a long way. We also recommend donating locally to your pantry. You know, if you're not in the Bismarck or Fargo area where one of our warehouses are, you definitely have a local pantry near you, and you can donate those food items directly to them. But monetary donations, they definitely go a long way, and they also help us cover trucking, logistics, gas, and anything that we can do to get the food across the state. So any kind of monetary donation really helps us continue our operations at full speed.
So to say that in a less friendly way, just because I'm more of a blunt person, if you donate 1 can of food, that's wonderful, but they're going to be way more efficient with your money than you are. So you give the $1 for that can of food, they could buy 4 cans. So while it's great that you do that, continue to do that, they're more efficient with your money than you're going to be.
Yep, for sure.
Thank you.
The look of the food, though, in the dome, though, after something like Fill the Dome, it does warm your heart a little bit.
And that's really important. And it's really important for these high school kids that are getting it, because they're seeing the impact that a community does. When you get a check, you don't feel that. You don't feel like you made a difference. But when they see the dome full of food, the psychological part of it with charity is extremely important as well. So.
Yeah, and Fill the Dome is student-led. I mean, these students they feel that mission themselves. They're the ones going out and doing the work. We are grateful to be beneficiaries of this event, but they have the heart themselves. And so it's so fun to see our next generation stepping up and taking that chance to help their community.
Well, and let's talk about the kids are seeing it firsthand, far more than we are. These kids that are in our school systems see hungry kids. They see kids who are facing homelessness. They are seeing it on a day. We are all going to our comfy little work spots where we know all of our coworkers. Our kids are arguably more in the thick of what our community needs than we are most days. You know, they are seeing the need right there in front of them. Most of our kids come home and tell stories about it. And so their heart is even more like, these are people that they know, and their motivation is so in front of them, which is also a really beautiful thing when you think about it.
Yeah. Something we often say is hunger hides in plain sight. Like you talk about, our kids see it in the school system, but if you talk about going to work, you may not know that, your coworker, had to skip lunch today because they had to feed their child, or they had to, pick up something for their car that, their car broke down and they had to make that choice. And so, this is people who attend our church. These are people who work with us. These are people who live down the street. I mean, it's not like this is a problem that happens miles away. It's happening in our backyard and in our own neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's such a good point. Darby Ness is with us. This is KFGO for a Cause, brought to you by Neil Van Dam and the Van Dam Financial Group. Darby's from the Great Plains Food Bank. We'll have more in just a moment on KFGO. Welcome back to KFGO for a Cause, brought to you by Neil Van Dam and the Van Dam Financial Group. Darby Ness is with us. She is from the Great Plains Food Bank, and we've been talking about their mission and how much the need has increased for their mission in the last month. Let's talk about numbers. How many people is the Great Plains Food Bank serving in North Dakota?
Yeah, so in the last fiscal year, we served 160,000 neighbors in North Dakota and Clay County, Minnesota. And so that equates to roughly 1 in 5 people and 1 in 4 children have access one of our services.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. We do. We talk about hunger, and it's real for people.
When we talk about Thanksgiving and Christmas and these holidays that are coming up, is there anything out of the ordinary that you're doing during the holiday season?
Yeah, so we do currently have a list on our website. It's kind of a holiday resource guide. A lot of our partner pantries put out holiday baskets, either for Thanksgiving or Christmas, where you're able to sign up and get, maybe a more full, specific meal for your holiday. And so we encourage people, if you're looking for the resources around the holiday season, to look there, because that gives you a good sense of different counties and who's providing those options. Other than that, we also continue to provide different items kind of during the holiday season. We want to make sure that everyone has the food that they want around the holiday season, that comfort food, that reminds them of home or makes them feel like tradition. And so continue to look out for those from your pantries.
Yeah, we all eat like that one random thing during the holidays that we don't eat all the other.
It's special, right? Yes.
Cranberries. Yes, cranberries. We have a specific cheesy potato recipe, and Is it the best cheesy potatoes you've ever had? No. But is it the same ones we've had forever and ever and it reminds me of Christmas? Yes. You know, and everybody has that. When we talk about the holidays and the need, is there something, and of course we've talked about giving money, we've talked about giving food. Is there something that I can come and do? Can I come volunteer?
Yes, you definitely can come volunteer, especially right now since we've added so many mobile food routes. We're looking for volunteers across North Dakota, kind of in our rural areas, to help distribute food at our mobile food pantry routes. And so if that's of interest to you, please go look on our website. We also are still accepting volunteers at both our Fargo and our Bismarck repack centers. And so that helps us when we get food in bulk or when we get food that's not completely packed up, which allows us to purchase it, at a lower price. And that's when our volunteers can come in and help us pack that food up for households. So that way it's accessible to them, versus we get 50-pound bags, we need to make sure that they're in 3-pound bags for every household. And so that's super helpful when people come in and volunteer to help us do that.
I mean, I don't know if this is still the case, but for a long time, when I was looking for places to take my kids to volunteer, it's like you guys are one of the only places that allows kiddos to come and volunteer.
Yes, we do allow kids. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even think I shouldn't speak without looking.
I don't think there's an age.
I don't think there's an age limit.
No,
was what I was going to say.
Is.
As long as your child, can come alongside you and they understand, simple instructions. A lot of the time, kids are able to help immensely. It's another helping hand. It teaches them how to get involved, and they're able to make a big impact by bringing them along.
And they remember it. Like, I think I was looking for something. I think my son was like 3 or 4 at the time. It was like literally the only place I can take him to show him like some work for others is the Great Plains Food Bank. It's the only place where I could take him and he could actually do a thing. He could pick up this food and pack it with me.
Yeah.
And it could be this tangible thing that happens that you're doing for someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, for all the right reasons, a lot of times nonprofits don't want kids that are 4 or 5 years old.
It slows down the chain.
It slows down everything. But I mean, if you're working alongside your kiddo and being in service to others with them in that way, it's very meaningful, and they remember it.
They do. Yes,
they do.
We love hearing stories. We just heard a story from a mother who's been bringing her child since she was 5, and the child is now 22, and so she's now getting into. She helps at our local food pantry now, and she's very invested, especially in the food insecurity world, but just in giving back in general. And so it's so fun to hear those stories of people who have been involved and, they know what it means to give back to their community and how to be a part of a community. And yeah, we accept kids very young, as long as a parent can come alongside them and help them scoop the food or put food into boxes, whatever the project is for the day. But it's fun to see the kids get involved.
Yeah, it is.
So 1 in 5 people in our community. So 20% of our community has been helped and affected by food insecurity, which is just, your kids helping, they're helping their friends and they don't even know it.
Yeah, and it's often, we hear quite a bit that it's often that people, who are living paycheck to paycheck just have to make one adjustment. These aren't people who are coming to our food pantry every single week or every single month. This month they had to pay the car. I say car a lot, but it's a common one we hear. They had to pay extra medicine, or they had a surgery that they had to cover, a medical expense, and now they just need something to help get by for the next month. We also hear quite a few people who have moved to North Dakota to maybe be closer to family or friends, and then, the moving expenses added up a little bit more than they assumed it would, and now they just need help and having to choose, those tactical expenses to make sure that you have the roof over your head and the utilities are turned on. You don't want food to be the option that doesn't come to it. It's easy for people to cut food out because they'll feel an impact, but the rest of their house will keep going. And so we want to make sure that people have that access to food because we know that it helps you thrive. If you're hungry, you're not focusing on work, you're not focusing on school, you're there's all sorts of side effects of being hungry. And so, yeah.
And that's what it's there for. Don't feel bad taking it.
Yes, and that is exactly what it's here for. Most of our pantries have a quick intake form just to help us ensure the amount of food, going to our pantries are getting delivered, but we won't ask any income verification. And so, but feel free to attend any of our pantries. They'll help walk you through that quick intake form and you're ready to take some food home.
Okay, are you ready for the really out there question? I imagine someone might be listening in a small town 60 miles from here. I don't know. You put the number in. and they know that they don't have a food pantry in their town, but they want to start one.
Yeah.
Are you a resource for that as well?
We are a resource for that, yes. If you're interested in starting a local food pantry, a school pantry at one of your local schools, our backpack program, a wellness clinic, if you work for a clinic nearby and you want to, maybe have a room to access for your patients, reach out. We help with all of those assets, and so we can either help kind of get you started, help with the paperwork to become a partner of the Great Plains Food Bank if you're interested, and we can help kind of set you up for success.
Wouldn't it be cool if through this there was a few people inspired in other communities that don't have a food pantry to start one, or one at their school? Like, that's what it's all about. Like, hopefully the message, and I know we've been talking to you a lot. I feel like Darby's like, she lives at KFGO now.
I have an office right over there, yeah.
She has a key fob now. But getting this story out and telling people that there's food for you, that you have access to it, telling people how they can help their neighbors in need, but then also empowering people to set up a local food pantry, to collaborate with their school for a backpack program. These are the things that really makes the sweeping changes, bringing the access locally. Because the other thing that when you talk about using this $900,000 that the governor allocated to you to get to more rural areas, that is if you imagine being food insecure, but also living 100 miles away from the closest food pantry, that food pantry doesn't do you any good.
Yeah, and if you don't have transportation in a rural town, it's very difficult to actually get the food that you need. And I mean, we hear that all the time, even with our mobile routes, even traveling 20 minutes for somebody can be very difficult. Yeah. And so, Great Plains Food Bank, I work there. I love it. I think our mission is wonderful, but it's only possible because we have local partners across the state where we can bring our resources to. And so we do need local champions stepping up. We're grateful for all the ones that we have. I mean, we have 196 of them currently, but, that's only 196 communities then that we are reaching. And so there are definitely more areas, more small towns across North Dakota and Clay County where, if anyone's willing and they don't see that in their area, reach out. Maybe we can start something that can better serve your community. Or
like you said, your community the best. So what does your community need and how can the Great Plains Food Bank support that? If someone wants to get in touch with you, they feel compelled to donate their time, their talent, their resources, how do they do that?
Yes. So feel free to go to our website, greatplainsfoodbank.org. You'll see ways to donate. You'll see ways to volunteer. You can always reach out to us via email or phone. Our email is info@greatplainsfoodbank.org. And just reach out, and we're happy to connect, answer any questions, get you connected to resources, whatever side of you're coming from. We're here to be a community partner.
Thank you, Darby. And Neil Van Dam, this is an odd time for us. I guess we'll see you back next Sunday at 6 a.m. We're always here on Sunday mornings. You just get a double dose this Sunday, but we'll be back at 6 a.m. next Sunday morning.
Thank you. Have a good day.